This is Professor Darif Seitz. This Java tutorial focuses on abstract classes. Here is the class diagram for the example we'll be using. It has a boat base class, canoe, motorboat, rowboat, and sailboat derived classes. In a class diagram, an abstract base class, its name is in italics as boat is, and abstract functions, their names are in italics. We have two functions here, draw a side view and draw a top view, both in italics. Those are the two abstract functions. An abstract class is a class that has one or more functions that are intentionally not implemented, as these two have not been implemented. Its purpose is to establish a usage pattern that its derived classes must implement. It may provide implemented functions that can be reused or overridden. Many getters and setters, the display spec function, this toString. So there's some implementation provided in the base class here, this abstract class. It's not totally abstract. However, an abstract class itself cannot be instantiated. You use it through derived classes in which it is implemented. An abstract function is a function that's intentionally not implemented. Its purpose is to establish a usage pattern that must be implemented in derived classes. An abstract function can be declared only in an abstract class. An abstract function itself cannot be called. You use it through a derived class in which it is implemented. Here we've zoomed in to the boat abstract base class. See clearly that the name is in italics. Here's draw a side view and draw a top view, both abstract functions, also shown here in the class diagram in italics. Looking now at the code, first the boat abstract base class. In its class statement, the keyword abstract is what declares it to be abstract. Moving down, the two abstract functions are right here, draw a side view and draw a top view. They both have the abstract keyword as well. And notice that for an abstract function, it does not have any braces, not even empty braces, because there is no implementation in the base class. We see other functions implemented here, some getter functions and setter functions, a toString function, and also display specs. Looking at the annotations on the class statement, it notes here that it has implementations. It does have derived classes that implement it. Display specs has the usual, well, it says it's overridden in the child classes. And we didn't put any JavaDoc on this simple illustrative example. The abstract functions, the annotations note that they have implementations. Let's look at one of the derived classes, the canoe class. Its class statement, there's no difference from regular child class, uses the extends keyword. And down here, it implements these two abstract functions. The annotation here, the first one, is just for the override annotation that could be added. But we see here the second one, it notes that it implements the method from the boat base class. It doesn't just override it, it implements it. Similarly, the draw top view has the same annotation there. Let's look at the client class that makes use of this hierarchy. Boat abstract class is the name of it. It has a syntax error here. It tries, for illustrative purposes, to instantiate a boat, the base class itself, but since the base class is abstract, the annotation here says boat is abstract, cannot be instantiated. Let's comment that out, save it. Then we see a rowboat, one of the child classes, is instantiated and manipulated here, various functions called on it. The canoe is instantiated and some function calls on it. So you just use the child classes without any difference in their usage. Let's go ahead and run this and scroll up to the top of the output, and we see our derived classes being exercised with their specialized draw functions for the side view and the top view being shown. They provide the implementation that's not present in the base class. So to summarize, an abstract class forces its derived classes to implement certain functions with the exact signature that it prescribes. And it can also provide other implemented functionality as a normal base class does for reuse.